We previously discussed various countries, and it's possible that some have piqued your interest, while others may not have been as memorable. I'm intrigued. From your perspective, which capital city would be the most pleasant to live in? And in your opinion, what characteristics does a capital need to be considered ideal? In the previous topics, I delved into sensitive subjects by addressing controversial aspects of certain nations. Now, however, our discussion takes a gentler and more fascinating path, especially for many of our followers. Let's explore Moscow. Moscow's reputation for the attractiveness of its women is globally renowned. Some say that Muscovite women are among the most beautiful on the planet. If this is a topic that interests you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Shifting our focus a bit to Russia, we're talking about the nation with the largest land area on the globe, covering approximately 17 million square kilometers. At the heart of this vast territory lies Moscow, situated to the east of Belarus and to the north of Ukraine. Despite the icy image we associate with Siberia, Moscow experiences a more moderate climate, with winters that can reach temperatures as low as 20 degrees below zero. Geographically, Moscow is not colossal, covering only 2,511 square kilometers. However, its population density is staggering, housing approximately 19 million individuals, making it the most populous city in Russia. For comparison, its sister city, St. Petersburg, has a population of mere 6 million inhabitants. When we talk about the historical, cultural, and political essence of Russia, it's impossible not to mention Moscow, which has played this central role for almost 9 centuries. This vibrant city, despite its limited territorial expansion, has erected imposing towers that dot the skyline. And for those who dream of calling this place home, here's a little financial information. A 3-bedroom apartment starts at around 100,000 rubles, which translates to approximately $1,000. When considering the journey of living in the vast expanse of Russia, especially in its epicenter, Moscow, it is imperative to understand some of its unique characteristics. For example, when searching for housing, you can find options starting from 50,000 rubles. However, these are often older properties, 2 decades or more, located in more distant areas or with a simpler layout. While many world cities take pride in their waterfronts, Moscow boasts the charming Moscow River meandering through its soul. This river, adorned with beautiful bridges, not only enhances the city's beauty, but also facilitates the mobility of its citizens. At the heart of Moscow, the majestic Kremlin not only marks the city's skyline, but also serves as the residence for President Putin and the headquarters of important judicial and administrative institutions in the country. This monument, widely captured in tourist lenses, is set in a city where high-end official cars, with their sirens and resulting traffic, reflect the influence and power of wealthy oligarchs. It's essential to point out that Kremlin doesn't exclusively refer to the Moscow Palace, as multiple Russian palaces bear this title. Additionally, the famous Red Square, positioned magnificently in the heart of the capital, stands out for its unique beauty, with its streets covered in picturesque cobblestones and a cleanliness that defies the presence of debris. This square, a tourist attraction and a symbol of grand Russian architecture, has the vastness to accommodate countless people during events such as presidential speeches or national celebrations, like Victory Day. It's also crucial to mention St. Basil's Cathedral, an iconic building that stands out in Red Square, reflecting and celebrating Moscow's diverse cultural and architectural heritage to the world. Despite heightened diplomatic tensions between Russia and Western nations, there has been a decrease in tourist presence in the square due to the restriction or cancellation of air routes to Russia by Western companies. However, with its dense population and an abundance of events, Moscow continues to thrive, hosting continuous festivals throughout the calendar. Such events, commonplace for the locals, become a magical experience for foreign visitors. Influenced by its rich history, Moscow offers an enchanting blend of vibrancy and comfort. At any moment, whether under the sunlight or the starry night, the city comes alive with the laughter and conversations of its inhabitants. Street corners, filled with cafes and squares, are transformed into settings for stories and moments immortalized in photos, reflecting the capital's vitality. In every alley, the vibrant essence of Moscow manifests itself, with chance encounters, intertwined narratives, and camera clicks capturing magical moments. The art of photography is highly valued here. Skilled photographers roam the heart of the city, ready to immortalize the uniqueness of the Russian people for a fee, ensuring lasting memories and their own livelihood. Some adopt creative approaches, setting up impromptu studios in busy locations, seeking to add a touch of elegance to the images. But on its own, Moscow is already a stunning canvas. From its green parks and serene rivers to its alleyways and imposing buildings, the city invites memorable photographic records. Moscow's architectural aesthetics, with echoes of Western Europe, are worthy of admiration, and each structure becomes a representative landmark of Russian identity. As a capital city, Moscow exceeds expectations for an ideal place to live. If cuisine captivates you, there is an abundance of gastronomic options. If you yearn for entertainment diversity, there are numerous parks and clubs to explore with each visit. And for those who wish to immerse themselves in a melting pot of cultures, Moscow is an unceasing whirlwind of fresh faces and narratives. Russia still offers economic opportunities that make life in Moscow justifiable, with its constructive treasures everywhere. However, to truly enjoy what Moscow has to offer, a monthly income of $4,000 to $5,000 is advisable. If the capital stretches your resources too thin, vibrant alternatives like Vladimir to the east or Kazan are available. And if you crave tranquility without sacrificing cultural richness, St. Petersburg, near the Finnish border, is a magnificent option. The metropolis not only serves as a magnet for specialists, but young academics from all over the Russian territory are captivated by its prestigious universities. Currently, Moscow is home to 13 academic institutions, serving as a beacon for innovative and talented minds. In the city's avenues, Russians' devotion to the art of photography is evident. It's not uncommon to witness residents, especially ladies, posing in front of cameras with enthusiasm. This passion for images not only reflects a quest for external recognition, but also a strong sense of self-worth. The diversity in Moscow is vast, but the Slavic essence is clearly predominant. Currently, 7 out of 10 city inhabitants possess characteristics such as fair skin, golden locks, and irises of blue or green hues. The global fascination with Slavic beauty, intensely felt in Russia, extends beyond physical features to a robust self-esteem and an appreciation for sophistication in fashion. Russian style and fashion are present not only in celebrations, but also in casual, everyday situations like informal gatherings among colleagues. This prevails even though the culture is rooted in Orthodox Christianity. Its leadership and religious practices do not impose strict norms on how to live or present oneself, celebrating individual freedom of expression without direct imposition of state or social norms. The vibrant Moscow nightlife illustrates the dynamism of its culture. Whether in specific venues or common areas like its bustling streets, residents and tourists celebrate, dance, and exude happiness and mutual affection. This atmosphere, reminiscent of Western European nights, also provides a space for new artists who often treat passers-by to performances on city corners, showcasing a diverse range of melodies and rhythms. As the sun sets, the streets of Moscow come to life as community meeting points. Many residents choose to park their cars and set up hookahs in their trunks, while others gather along the banks of the Moscow River or occupy benches in the square for evening activities. Despite the evident popularity of tobacco products, it's more common to see young people on the streets, with the presence of individuals over 65 being scarce. The Moscow Metro is renowned not only for its vastness, but also for its breathtaking architectural design. This dedication to aesthetics, a visible relic of the Soviet era, is observed in various metro networks throughout Russia, with stations that impress with their impeccable and refined appearance. Exploring this vibrant metropolis, with its lively inhabitants, vibrant culture, and architectural wonders, is to enter a unique way of life that reflects the eternal human quest for expressiveness, interaction, and festivity. The extensive Russian metropolitan network extends across the entire territory, with over 150 stops along 11 distinct routes. In Moscow, luxury automobiles are prevalent, with prestigious brands such as Ferraris and Lamborghinis stealing the scene after dark. Malaya Bronia, in particular, is the meeting point for Moscow's elite. Taxis are common in this area, which is the stronghold of the upper class. And in the surrounding areas, places like Malaya and Petrovka are home to some of the most sophisticated shops. mirroring the opulent lifestyle of their clientele. While deeply rooted in its Russian identity, Moscow easily projects itself onto the international stage, ensuring accessible communication even for those who do not speak the local language. English often serves as a linguistic bridge in the city. Furthermore, the city's extensive culinary options cater to a wide variety of tastes. It's not uncommon to see the streets of Moscow transformed into picturesque settings for wedding celebrations. The city's more upscale neighborhoods often become the backdrop for these joyful events. Strolling near the Moscow River and encountering couples celebrating their unions is a common sight. Weddings in the Russian capital typically take on a simpler tone, with intimate celebrations surrounded by friends and family. Despite its intricate political scene, Moscow exudes a vibrant and hospitable vibe. Today, the city is recognized as one of the most charming capitals on the planet. The locals, Muscovites, carry an air of pride and confidence in their home, expressing feelings of trust and autonomy. If this perspective on Moscow has captured your interest, we invite you to show your support by liking and subscribing to follow more of our content. See you soon!